Principles of sports nutrition.
Philosophy means love of wisdom, and with respect to exercise, this means it's the rational investigation of the science and principles of knowledge that define the value of training. Everyone needs a philosophy. Philosophy, first and foremost, has to tie in with your concept of reality, with your purpose of living, and answer the question why. Why should any man or woman train? And by training, I mean exercise training. I mean fitness, getting in incredibly superb shape. Why would any human want to do that, and what are the benefits associated with that approach? Well, for me, the answer is obvious. Training serves as an anchor of stability. It stabilizes the mind, it stabilizes the blood sugar, it stabilizes the body, it allows the body to tolerate more stress. And believe me, everyone out there, we all know there's plenty of stress. Mental, emotional, physical, financial, any kind of stress you can think of. If a man or woman is fit, they can tolerate more of any kind of stress. And this is why in the military, once you're drafted and they shave your hair off, they get you into the field. They get you down into the dirt and they start to train you. And why do they do that? Why is fitness such a primary concern to the people that train the Marines? Because they know that a soldier who goes into battle, who's not fit, who's not alert, who's not focused, it's likely that they will die sooner than later. They will become a liability. And the same is also true for you and me. If we're not fit, if we don't meet the potential of our physical body that by design and from nature we can meet, then we are less likely to survive and we are more likely to succumb to the stress of environmental related damage. All the things that are trying to break us down and eat us up and that are catabolic and chew us up and spit us out, all of that stuff called life and living and stress, all of that, we can withstand more of it if we are fit and strong and lean and healthy as a consequence of doing the work. And the work that I'm referring to here is getting to the gym and running and swimming and cycling and basically doing everything that is defined in departments of universities worldwide called exercise physiology. There are scientists. There is a ton of evidence that demonstrates, that teaches, that shows us what we can all do to better our chances of living. But not just staying alive, also having a much, much higher quality of life. I mean, you can't argue with the fact that we are experiencing as an entire race of organisms a decrease in our quality of life. I mean, take a look at the people around you. Look at the cancer, the diabetes, the heart disease, the depression, the high numbers of people that are diagnosed by physicians with an incalculable number of health problems, all of which most of them prescribe drugs to treat. Well, my philosophy is to prevent all these problems with the prescription of exercise and also to treat all of them with exercise. I mean, there's not a person out there that can't benefit from some type of exercise strategy that can improve their mental, emotional, and physical state. I don't care what health problem they've got. If they're not exercising in any way, shape, or form, then some exercise, some controlled movement is going to improve their quality of health and make it more likely that they're going to recover from their infection, their illness, or their chronic disease. Now here's a simple observation. Notice animals living in the wild. Now they might be hungry and it might have been a while since they've eaten. Let's think of a cheetah on the plains of Africa, and it's got a couple of cubs and it's got to feed its cubs or they'll die. So this animal hasn't eaten for some time and it's near starvation and it must find some food. How does that animal muster up what it takes to hunt down its prey? It hasn't eaten. It's got an empty belly. And this to me is a metaphor or a paradigm of what it takes for human beings to do the work. Don't complain about not having energy. Don't complain about not having access to things that gratify every sensory organ in your body. Let's focus on what we need to get to survive. Movement, exercise, is the key. We acquire that which we need to consume to survive, and in order to get it, we've got to move. This is the balance of nature, which most of us today are denying. We are disobeying a law of nature. We're not moving to acquire our fuel. We order in, we drive through. We eat way too much of the wrong stuff, and that is the problem. So movement is essential. Movement is critical, and today we call movement that's controlled exercise. This involves resistance training and warming up the body, definitely flexibility training and stretching. Of course, we've got to elevate the VO2 max. We need cardio training and we need core training. And anyone that's not doing all of those does not have a complete exercise program. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Exercise is not an option.